Okay, back to some more charge spots. Gonna be teaching on the three maps of Ilios, the lighthouse, the ruins, and the well. Let's start out with the lighthouse here. Already loaded in. Coming out of Rein spawn. First charge spot I'm gonna teach is a little bit obsolete, but the important parts to doing it is making sure you're charging over this gap here that I'm looking down at. If you charge over that, it'll send you skyward, giving you access to that window or other options. You can also potentially charge like over here. Sometimes that fails, so would recommend charging over that gap. Moving on to this next charge spot. I'm going to explain how this one works. You stand on the wooden post here. You don't want to stand too close to this incline, the rounded rooftop here. If you're too close, the charge will fail. I used to believe that it matters where you're aiming, but it's just a matter of positioning on this wooden post.
I meant to do that.
Of course, you don't want to aim too extreme. It's going to fail that way, but let me try to give an example if you're too close to the rooftop here. So you just face plant. Here's another charge spot. There's going to be countless charge spots that I'm actually not going to show. I'll give you an example though. You can just charge basically anywhere. Double jumping and or just jumping and then saving your double jump. It just depends on your play style and how experienced you are. It all will work on the rounded rooftops is what I'm getting at. This charge spot is mirrored. Again, just make sure you're not too close to the rounded rooftop, and it'll send you up onto this rounded rooftop, which makes you go up in the sky. This is a mirrored charge spot, and another mirrored charge spot. You can also charge, I taught myself this one, you can charge from over here onto here. Nifty little charge spot. It's, again, obsolete. I'll explain why. If you practice that a bit, you can jump out, fire strike, kill the mercies. That probably would have missed. But then you double jump back and you're good to go. That's about it for this map. Let's go on to the next one. Something I forgot to mention is there are some objects basically on every map that you can run against and jump against, and it'll send your character upward. This will happen to every character that's moving at 300% movement speed, like we are in Mercy vs. Rein. But yeah, there's that tree. There's technically this one. I word it that way because it's a bit obsolete to do this. Because you can just stand on those flower pots and jump up here. Same with this side. I don't think this tree works too well, but you can try it yourself. But this tree is actually mirrored, so you can do it on this side as well, which is really nice. A bit obsolete with double jump, but figured I would mention that anyways. It's a helpful tip. Here on Ilios Ruins, right out of Rein spawn, we got our first charge spot. You're aiming toward the middle of this platform, and depending on how it reacts to your character hitting the platform is how you treat it. I'll explain here in a second. So if it happens like that, then you treat it like a combo charge spot rather than just a regular charge spot. Just charge again, hit double jump to stay in the air, and zoom across the entire map. The second charge spot I'm going to teach here, you're wanting to stand on this platform. It's not the most consistent charge spot, but it will get you up there on the upper platform pretty quickly, so it's worth doing most of the time. Sometimes it'll send you off to the side, but generally speaking, if you're aiming well, you're standing toward like the middle of this platform, then it's gonna just boost you right up there. Here's a charge spot I taught myself. You stand here on these bricks and aim for this middle brick that's risen, and then you can double jump across if it doesn't send you high enough. It just depends on your distance charged, and yeah, that one's pretty good. The other charge spots aren't so great on this map. It's just kind of you understanding how charge spots work and manipulating your movement. Let's move on to the next map. On Ilios, well, right out of spawn, you have these bushes here with the flowers. If you're standing on the flowers, it actually raises your character up a little bit, so it's a little bit bumpy. It seems a little bit better to stand on the flowers. It's not going to matter too much if you stand like in between them a little bit lower. It's going to treat the charge a tiny bit differently. Generally speaking, just throw yourself up there and charge. For the mirrored version of this, it's a bit different. Massive majority of the time, it's going to be a combo charge like that. And then you can use double jump to stay in the air. Let me show you another example. So you can go anywhere on the map to chase down the mercies. But anyway, that's the majority of the charges on this map. You're just aiming at things that are rounded and charging off them. Here's another charge spot, an oldie but a goodie. You can use that to get up into like on the rooftops, or you can use it to like combo charge again. Charge combo. Really fun charge spots on this map. Here's another charge spot, but this one's just for fun, really. It's actually a roller coaster. If you have a mercy stand right there where my spray is, and you aim between these two posts and turn so you don't hit that third post in the back, you pick up the mercy and they'll survive because you run out of gas right at the end there. And yeah, we just call those roller coasters. Kind of a just for fun thing. But again, just another tip for you. Make sure you're bouncing off the rooftops. And yeah, you can use a lot of these for little charge spots. They're not like the best thing in the world, but it can work out sometimes. If you hit the stairs just right, it can boost you upward just like that. And it's mirrored on the other side as well. But that's it for the Ilios maps. Your movement is going to be the most important aspect of this game. The better you can manipulate your momentum and your movement, the better you're going to be as a Rein and as a Mercy. So just keep that in mind. As I was talking about earlier, you can jump off of objects to send yourself higher. This is what the really good Reinhardts would do back in the day. I felt like I had to mention it for the old time sake and for the old players of MVR. There's a lot of jump tech, a lot of spots where you can jump off of that double jump kind of makes obsolete. But anyways, I appreciate you all watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.